Hello, this is Katie. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time. I'm just doing a super impromptu slash informal, not that any of my videos are formal, card kit thingy, because I bought these and I never did them. And so I'll show you everything it came with. This did not come in there. It's just the card base that I made. I'm hoping this is bright enough for you. My lighting somehow never seems to be enough, even though I have 4 lamps. So the other, this is the one I'm going to be doing. The other kit is I think a Valentine's card sample. But this is the other kit. It was the only 2 I think I found at Joann's at the time. There were these Joann's only Hero Arts card at home. What was that called? Make Yourself at Home card kit is what they're called. But I got them forever ago. I wanted the birthday one. I actually was able to place the order online, and then they canceled it. So like they didn't have it, I guess. And I don't know if you can even get these anymore, so I apologize. Hopefully if it's not available, you don't want one. But I still need to make it, and I haven't made any videos lately. So since I was cleaning today and my craft desk was clear, I figured why not? So we can have a crafty, impromptu, crafty, chatty session. So this one comes with, it's got the instruction sheet. I'm going to go through those instructions. It does involve glitter paste through a stencil, which I don't love. It can get kind of messy, but you also have to cut a square. I think I have the right size of a die cut because it doesn't come with that. Cut a square out of it after it's dried. I'm hoping I can dry it with a heat gun because I don't want to wait that long because I'm trying to make this video. So it comes with glitter stencil paste. I mean, it's just glitter paste, but you usually use it on a stencil. That's pretty good. It's good consistency. It's very thick and it's very pretty. So that looks fine. We've got Hero Hues Passion Flower Paradise and Pink Grapefruit inks. I think, I'm not really sure where those come in. I'm not gonna lie. We'll read the instructions. Anyway, so enamel dots, that's like the butterfly's antenna in this example card. You can make, obviously, whatever card you want. They just have one sample. And then the stencil, the flower stencil. And then it comes with, it was a really good deal. They're photopolymer stamps. It's got the stamps and the dies. So this is their, oh yeah, theirs don't have names, do they? They have all these like letter coatings. So CM320. They were selling this separately as well. It just also happened to be in this kit. You get a blending brush, which I destashed mine because I had a whole set of the Tailored Expressions and a bunch of inks, and I just was not using it, so I sent it to a better home. But that's pretty soft, so I will toss that. And then we get 2 purples. These are about the size of a card base if you were to fold them. 2 thick vellums, pretty thick. One of the butterflies die cut will be cut out of the vellum in this card. And then the blue, I'm sure it tells you. Additional supplies. So I don't know that I have those specifically, but I have square dies, white cardstock, got that. Markers, foam adhesive, palette knife. Ooh, they're lucky I have palette knives. I guess I'm lucky I have palette knives. Low tack tape, I don't know. Die cutting machine, yes. Paper trimmer, okay. So it says trim a piece of white cardstock to 4 1/4 by 8 1/2 and fold in half. I already did that, and that just gets you a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 card base. And I just did a bunch of card bases earlier, so I just trimmed it down to this size. Trim a piece of Paradise cardstock, that's this one, like in the picture, the blue, to 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. So we will get our stuff out of the way. Paper trimmer. This is, yeah, so I'll just do 4 1/4 along the strip. I try to keep and use my scraps I always forget if I actually did 4 1/4 or if I did 4, and I do that a lot. So we did good on that. So you can make another of the same card out of the other piece. So that's good. We'll set those aside. All right, so we've got that. Place Daisy Mosaic stencil over the cardstock and secure with low tack tape. Oh yes, I have that. That's what I was. Okay, so I need a piece of paper for underneath this before I do this. Hang on one sec. Okay, so I have, this is just spare cardstock I'm trying to destash and get rid of, so I don't really care about it. I'm going to actually stick this to the table so that doesn't move. Then another thing that helps actually is to put like a little roll of low tack. This is just masking tape for like watercoloring, so it comes off. It's kind of like washi tape, same thing. And then we're gonna do the stencil, which I have not opened. Come on. Put the stencil over that. So the blue paper is not moving, but we also want to tape down the stencil. Okay. Then I need a palette knife, which is in here. I have a much smaller one. That works, I think. It's a pretty big one. Okay. I have a little baby one. We'll go with the bigger one. I don't think I've even used these for anything. They're just dusty. So you want to try to conserve as much as you can. You can also just put it down with the back side. So spread it, but don't waste it. And then also, I don't need a super thick layer because I also want to try and dry this with a heat gun. And so I don't need... Also, just realized we're cutting a square out of the middle, so the middle does not even need finishing. So just the edges. Just put down whatever's on the back and then spread that around. This is fun. I will admit that it's just very messy to clean up in the end. All right, so I've gotten to the edges. Keep all that in there. Okay, so hopefully that'll be a pretty thin layer that I can heat gun. I will set that aside, clean that later. Use ink blending brush to apply. Oh, definitely missed a step. Damn. Oh well. Paradise ink. Did I have Paradise? Oh. So it was this ink. This is why there's an instruction sheet, so that you follow that first. Hang on. I do have the other piece I can do. I kind of like how that looks though. So what you're supposed to do is put the stencil down, do the ink first with this so that the color comes through, and do this on top of that. So don't do what I did, but I'm not going to redo that because this is still already dirty, and I need to get the glitter glue off. So I'll set that aside. Okay, so instead what I'm going to do is heat gun this, hopefully. get that up, and then we'll dry that. Come on. All right. I'm going to take a corner of this and clean up these edges because I don't need the extra. My tape came off. Okay. And then we'll just put that maybe back down in the middle and grab a heat gun. Okay, so I'm going to try and heat set this. This should be pretty good. So I'm going to set that aside while we do the rest of it. And then maybe I should be able to die cut that. All right. Okay, so again, do the ink first, not what I did, and then do the glitter glue paste over it. And also read the instructions. So I'm going to do the stencil later. We're going to do the butterfly. So the butterfly image with, I have some cardstock pieces over here that I can color on. This one is using that one. So I'm just going to put this, actually, I should use my platform, my stamping platform. The whole thing. I'm going to put this away how I do my other ones later. I wish they wouldn't do that. It doesn't need to be like that. Yeah, I'll do that later. I'll grab my stamping platform just so it's even. Okay, so I have the stamp ready in my stamp platform. I may want to stamp this twice, I'm not sure yet. And I'm using my Pressure Pal so we get even pressure. I also didn't clean the stamp first, which I normally do, but sometimes stamping one time cleans it off, so I'm going to try that again. It's a little less fuzzy, so we'll do one more. Okay, that one's a lot better, so we'll color in the second one. And I will clean this up really quick and put it back. Okay, I'm going to zoom in while we color this one. I really want to use my Ohuhu markers, which I got, I think, pretty much almost the whole brush set. I'm sure there are others I don't have. But getting the colors to like work together is kind of hard, so I'm gonna try a couple, but I don't have like any blending chart or anything in front of me. So I'm just going to kind of follow the colors in the example, which is some light pink out here. I think the other pink I grabbed is lighter than this, so I'll put this into the corners. The Ohuhu brush markers are really good quality, but the color blends are like, I don't know. It's just hard for me to find blends that go together, which is why I haven't done that yet. And I really want it to work because I bought a bunch of them. And they're really easy to control if you're paying attention. But I'm bleeding into other areas. I'm also filming, so normally I probably have my head over this whole image here. Let's hope this one is a little lighter. Nope, that is dark pink. Do not trust the cap. Oh well, it'll be an odd coloring. But that's okay. And then there's purple. So I don't really need to color the antenna dots. We're going to put the enamel dots on there. But I could put purple underneath them. This one has blue in the middle. I can try and access one of my, this blue here. Not quite. Probably could have gotten something closer, but that's okay. And this will be a very uniquely colored butterfly. I have the color sheets, like the marker coating sheets where you match the color to the marker. And I went through them and I tried to find, you know, some combos that would work, but I think it really is just going to take, you know, grabbing some blues that look close to each other and playing with them and trying to get them to blend rather than looking at the color chart and trying to match them that way. Let's see, purple we've got, which I'm hoping R25 is more of a, like a light purple. That's the closest we're gonna get to that one. And then I think we'll do purple in these circles here. So for these two, the blue area and the purple area, not trying to color blend because we saw how well that went with the pink, but that's okay. And then what is the, oh, they made the little body blue, so maybe I'll use the same blue. Obviously you can color your butterfly whatever color you want. I think I just needed to color something today. Oh, these ones too. This purple here kind of helps with the pink that bled into those circles. We'll put the blue in between the stripy areas and then maybe bring in the pink to tie it together. So that will be our butterfly. I'll put those back where they belong later. Okay, so that's our very interestingly colored butterfly. Zoom in a little. Okay, so then stamp and color. We need to die cut it and then die cut it with vellum. So I'm going to trim this really quick. I'm not going to trim all of them. And I just want, I think that's just this guy. Yeah, he's the only one with the antenna. So we're going to do very quick clean trim on this one. So I leave the long pieces on the others because I can do that later and just trim that piece out. And then I'll get my little die cutter, put that under the instructions, and we will die cut this and then the same out of a piece of vellum. Okay, so I have my little die cutter here. Stick that down. We'll just do this one first because that's just an open piece of vellum. I don't have to line that up with anything. Come on. Okay, so we've got our vellum butterfly, and then I'm going to use my masking tape. You can use washi tape. I usually, if it feels too sticky, you don't need it to be that sticky to hold it down. I just stick it to the back of my hand first because I don't want to tear my image at all. We want to center this as best as we can. And I'm just going to tape it on one side. And that should be good. I'm going to come back just to give it a second go around to make sure it really comes out. Not bad. It's a pretty good die cut. All right, so we have our butterfly, our vellum butterfly. I will put the die back later. That's all the die cutting we'll do on here. I'll need to do on my bigger die cutter the square out of our piece that's currently drying. It has curled a little, but I'm hoping it die cuts okay. I might put a piece of paper on top so I don't get goo all over my plate. Okay, so we've got our vellum butterfly, our normal butterfly. Piece of vellum, color in the butterfly image with markers. Did that. Stamp the thank you message with black ink inside the square. We didn't do that yet. Adhere. Okay, so cutting the square out of here will be my next step. So I need to find my square dies. Okay, so I found these dies. I guess I overestimated how big 2 1/4 was. It's not very big. So here I'm going to try and center it, even though this is kind of warpy. Then I want to tape it down. So that should be, oh, I can't run that through. God, I'm stupid. I have to go do this on my bigger one, which I can't put here. But I'm going to put this over it to prevent the goo from getting on the upper plate. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, I'll be back. All right, so I cut a square out of there and only got a little bit of yellow Post-it in the glue, so that's good. Then we need to foam, lift it up on foam. I have a little bit left in my huge roll, and then I think I have a backup one. Hopefully we're good though. This is what my videos look like when I do not plan very well. Let's not run out, shall we? No. Okay, we should be good. I'll save that on the roll for next time. This is good. So this, I think I want to, this is going to be the hard part. I need to stamp the sentiment, but I also need to know where it goes. So I think we're going to put this down first, and I'm going to start at the spine of the card. Okay, I kind of like the yellow little tinge of Post-it because you don't know it's Post-it. Okay, the sentiment is in the stamp set, and it's thank you. We'll do thank you. Yeah, thank you's fine. I'm gonna do a block. block, just so I've got that and I don't have to try and do it in the platform. I am going to clean this first because they usually stamp better once I've wiped them down at least once. And then we can use our scrap to stamp off the wet bit. Okay, so it opens like this. I can also do a test. It's not too good. It's a little better. I'm not sure about the quality of these photopolymer stamps, but that's okay. That's not bad. Get rid of that. I will stamp my stamp on the back at the end. I do use alcohol swabs to clean my stamps, but they're like 70%. I think they're not that high, so I've never had an issue with it, and they work great. So I will continue to do so. All right. So then what we're supposed to do, what we were supposed to do before, Butterfly Image got that die cut vellum, color in the butterfly, stamp the thank you message, adhere the colored butterfly and vellum butterfly together. It has you use a little bit of foam, which is good that I had left over. I think really just down the middle of the body so that you have the dimension but the wings are free, and you can even like, you match them up. So we just have a little foam behind the body and match them up, or you can offset it even, but then you kind of like hold down the middle and maybe bend up just the paper portion, bend up the wing a little bit so it's got like butterfly flappy dimensions. I know I've done that before in the past with a similar method, so you get some lift there. And then yes, that's what it says, adhere the butterfly to card with foam adhesive. Yeah, so we want to lift that up too. So we'll just use another strip across the back to stick it down on the vellum. So that's good. So it's stuck down, but it still has its little lift up there. And then our little antenna, the enamel dots. So I think I want, I don't know, I kind of like the really light purple. So I think we'll do those. It's a little bit easier. I'll zoom in for this part. A little bit easier to do it with a tweezer so we don't mess up where we're putting it. And then you can press down and then pick up another one. I always hate when the sticky stays on the sheet and doesn't stay to the dot. Okay. Press down on that one. Relift our wings there. And I think that is it. We kind of did it. We didn't have, honestly, this doesn't even look like it has ink under it, but the part that I missed, let's zoom out a tad. Anyway, I like how it turned out. It's very cute. It's got the dimension. This is plenty dry, so I think a heat gun works just fine. You could even do it even longer. I probably should have just used the heat gun for a little bit longer. Color your butterfly however you want. And if you have all of the things, if you have a butterfly stamp, and if you have a square die cut, if you have a stencil and you have some paste, you can essentially just make the same card. So you don't need this kit anyway. If it is available, I will link it down below. I just don't know if they're available anymore. And I think they were going to do different ones like per season or something. So they might just not have it anymore. But anyway, just felt like making a card. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.